Generic greetings and welcome to Preview plus Democracy 3. This is a political simulator stroke god game, I guess you could call it. You assume the role of a political leader, such as a president, a prime minister, some sort of supreme leader of a country, and basically your only objective is to get re-elected and pretty much screw everything else, just like all politics these days. One note before we sort of get into this, sort of fair warning, this is a political game, okay? It's a political game. I'll be focusing on the game part of this. Is it any good? Is it any fun? Etc, etc. Because the problem with politics, well, the problem with politics is if I started going into that, this video would be 12 hours long and going on and on and on. But the problem with politics is it's like music in the same sense that everybody has their own thoughts, opinions, preferences, etc. And if you disagree with those, then people can get very defensive, aggressive in a very, very short amount of time. So I'm going to try and avoid that as much as possible. Obviously, it's not totally possible for me to remove that element entirely because, you know, it is a democracy game, but I'm more focusing on whether it's any good or not as a game, is it entertaining, etc. But obviously, my own thoughts and opinions will end up coming across, I'm sure. So we'll go to new game. And I'm going to select the country that we're going to be running. So we have the United Kingdom, we have France, we have Germany, we have United States, we have Canada, and we have Australia, or Australia if you want to say it in a normal accent. I'm going to pick United Kingdom because I was born there, I'm still living here, and I've spent 99.9% of my life here. I've only left the country 3 times. 3 times? Mars, France, Titan. Yes, 3 times. So we will be using the United Kingdom as our sort of base of operations for control of supreme, ultimate. I don't know where I'm going with that one. Basically, we're not going to get power hungry. We're going to be running the United Kingdom. We get a bit of a brief sort of rundown of what the United Kingdom is. Population, so 63.0, well, 63 million. As of July 2012. We have a size, we have life expectancy, GDP, which is basically a gross domestic product. Oh, sorry, fair warning as well, I know very little about politics, and what I do know makes me want to know even less, and I'm not a type of person that really goes into this sort of thing, so I know the GDP stands for gross domestic product, but there's a lot of other stuff that I'm just going to put my hand up and say I just don't understand it. However, the great thing about this game, one of the best features, if not the best, is that it presents information in a really easy to understand way. So again, fair warning on that one. Anyway, poverty, so it's 14%. Ethnicity, region, tea consumption, 2.3 kilograms per person apparently. Big Mac index. What's a Big Mac index? Is that can't be something to do with McDonald's? It can't be. Croissant consumption, 50 million a week. What will Germany be? Germany will either be sausages or beer. Beer, yeah. United Kingdom will be burgers. Beef consumption, very close. Canada will be either maple syrup or... It's going to be maple syrup, isn't it? Maple syrup consumption, yes. And what's Australia going to be? It's either going to be something to do with prawns on the barbie, some sort of barbecue... Oh no, it'll be Vegemite, won't it? Because that's like an institution over there. Vegemite consumption, yes, Vegemite. I'm surprised the United Kingdom doesn't have Marmite consumption. But anyway, let's pick the United Kingdom. We'll go to play. We're going to pick our party. We have the opposition party, which we're going to put as the current. We've currently got the Conservatives in power, so we're going to pick the Conservatives. So there we go. And I'm going to pick term length as 4 years. We're going to keep hurricanes and earthquakes off because we don't particularly have a great amount of that in the United Kingdom. We're going to have a monarchy on because, well, we are a monarchy after all. And we're going to keep basically political apathy and the rest just as standard. So everything's going to be as standard. No term limit and term length of 4 years. My party is going to be I don't know what we've got. We'll have left wings, right. We'll have left wing, right wing, racist wing somewhere down here, I'm sure. We'll have all kinds of the spectrum down here. How about the People's Popular Front of Judea? Is that right? Judea. There we go, Monty Python reference, just trying to be inoffensive as possible. I say inoffensive, I've probably spelled that wrong. There's a famous Monty Python in the life of Brian where, were the People's Popular Front of Judea? No, we're the Popular People's Front of Judea, and it's basically they're arguing over the same thing. Anyway, let's start the game. So we will jump in and we'll see how this goes. So we start our first term when it actually loads. There we go. Click to return to government. So congratulations on your election victory. Welcome to your new job as Prime Minister. The lives of all 63,046,000 100,000 citizens are now in your hands. As you will imagine, there are a number of situations and concerns that you will need to deal with as soon as possible while keeping an eye on the long-term improvement of our citizens' quality of life. Plus, do not forget that you face re-election in 4 years. So, you will need to monitor the opinion polls and our party membership. Good luck. So, GDP, gross domestic product, is very low. We want that high as possible. Unemployment is medium high. Health is minimum, sort of midway. Education is the same. Poverty and crime. So, let's begin term of office. And immediately you go, whoa, what's all this mean? Well, this is the main sort of screen for the game. And these things in the centre are basically your sort of voting, I don't know what you would call it. Sort of, voting sectors, basically. So the youth vote, the farmer vote, the poor vote, self-employed, basically what people class themselves as, or what we class them as, and it shows you their sort of approval to me. So the obviously higher is better. If it's in red, it's bad. If it's in green, it's good. Yeah, sort of yellow or yellowish is sort of we're not really too bothered. The one behind it, the sort of how far the grey bar goes, like this bit here, which is really probably hard to see, is the sort of percentage that are actually going to turn out and vote, I believe. Popularity is percentage of the entire electorate who intend to vote for you. So if I click on it, we can see that I'm going to get a 54% vote. Yeah, so basically only just half. I've just managed to sneak in here. On the top left, we have my political capital, which is what you use to change laws, add policies, etc. We have our income, which is 290 billion, and we have an expenditure of 269 billion. So we have a surplus of 21 billion. Our debt is 778 billion, so we're currently in debt. This shows how long it takes for us to get, basically, for our next election. So when it gets to here, we have to do another election. Every turn that you end skips over sort of 3 months. We have a lot of bars around here, which I'll explain in a moment. And we have these areas around here. So these are split up into several sections. So we have foreign policy, we have transport, law and order, public services, tax, the economy, and welfare. And basically, each bubble in each of these will do different things. So the blue ones are sort of readouts and what they're actually doing. So if I go, for example, this one, if I click on it, you can see this is air travel. It shows me basically where the air travel, how much we're getting. So obviously higher means more air travel, less is less. And things that affect that are down here. So international trade, we can see that this is improving because it's in green. Middle earnings, we can see it's actually a little bit red technically, so it's going down a bit. GDP increases it as well. And the effects that air travel has is it increases CO2 emissions, it increases oil demand, it reduces the environment, and reduces rail usage. If we go to, say, what's that one? Is that violent crime? That's violent crime. We can see violent crime is sort of leveling off, but you can see the CCTV cameras is decreasing it, because red means decreasing. Community policing is decreasing it, and our police force is decreasing it. However, organised crime is increasing the violent crime, and alcohol consumption. I can actually click on each one and swap to that area as well to actually see what's happening with it. As I said, this is a very complex game. It's not complicated because it presents this information in a really easy to understand way. But you can see the police force, things that sort of decreasing its effectiveness are crime, violent crime. The Conservatives, because they're sort of, yeah, they're pushing it up a bit. They like it. State employment going up. It's decreasing state employees' income. It's decreasing unemployment, and alcohol abuse. It's trying to decrease that as well. But everything feeds into other things. If I mouse over violent crime, you can see that it all sort of everything shades out, and we get these sort of arrows going between different ones. So, for example, basically red means it's filtering negative into that area. So you can see CCTV cameras on the left is filtering red into it. So basically it's reducing whatever it's feeding into. So police force, community policing, and CCTV cameras are all basically reducing violent crime. However, alcohol law, organised crime, racial tension at the top, alcohol consumption are increasing it, because you can see that the arrow is green. The speed of which the arrow flows in sort of represents how much is going in there. And you can see that violent crime is having a negative impact on the retired, everybody, and tourism. You can see that there's minus lines going to that, red lines going to tourism. So, we need to increase this, we need to decrease violent crime. We've also got these things in red, which are really big problems. Basically, they have a value, which is the blue one. We have a start trigger, which is this red one, and we have a stop trigger, which is the green one. Basically, these are severe problems. So we've got organised crime, we have alcohol abuse, which is massive. We also have asthma epidemic. We also have, what's this one here? A shot of, homelessness. We have uncompetitive economy, I believe. Yeah, uncompetitive economy. And this will be technology backwater. Yeah, technology backwater. So we're not doing great. And if I look at technology backwater, it feeds a lot of negatives into our GDP, and that's something that we really need to sort out. The gross domestic product of your country, defined as the total market value of all the goods and services produced within the nation in a year. It's a good general all-purpose measure of the strength of your economy and nation's overall wealth. If there was one particular stat in the game that's quite important, it could be argued that it's GDP, especially for basically keeping the country up and running financially. Now, the good thing about this game is that it does represent, basically, you as the person who's playing it can decide where you want to focus on. Do I want to say, you know what? Screw the GDP for a while. I want to make sure that people are healthy. I want to increase their healthcare. You play it how you want. That's one of the great strengths of this. So you can. I've actually played it for about 8 hours now, and there's times when I've went, you know what, this is how I would do things, and let's see how it goes. And sometimes I've succeeded and the country's got really good. Sometimes I've failed, it's gone really bad, I haven't got re-elected, etc. But you can concentrate on, do I want to actually be re-elected, or do I just want to be completely selfless and basically do things and make it better for everybody else, or do I want to make sure that the capitalists, you know, are all happy with me and then I get voted back in. You can play it however you want. It does not make any assumption as to your sort of political leanings, as it were. Anyway, let's look at a couple of things up the top here. We've got, the first one is our intelligence briefing. Basically, you can get assassinated and plots against you. This gives you a readout of who basically likes you, dislikes you, etc. So I'm pretty much, nobody really cares about me at the moment because I haven't really done anything. The next one is our polling rates. So it shows us focus groups. We can go to focus groups, we can click on each one, and it shows you their thoughts and opinions. So for example, if I click on this woman, Ruth Bam, she has a 6% voting probability. She makes 130,000 a year. She has no party membership. She's strongly opposed to my government, and it shows me why. So because she doesn't really like capitalists, etc., etc. And it goes on like that. It shows you the policies that people might actually want me to implement. So they're really not bothered about science funding, but they really want abortion law to be increased because it's 85% approval. And these are basically all like just basically readouts on, you can look at this and go, right, well, people might not be happy if I do this, or as I said, you can completely ignore it, which is what I sort of tend to do, and do it how I think it should be done. The next one is your expenditure and income. So you can see that most of my expenditure is going into state prisons. Not great. The next one is state healthcare. Income, you can see that most of it's coming from income tax. If I go to my charts, you can see that my debt is going down and my income and expenditure is going basically straight. We haven't really increased. The global economy is starting to plummet. Imagine if that happened in real life. But yeah, let's move on. The next one is policy ideas. I'll spend a lot of my time on the video on this one. This is where you basically implement new policies. So we can say, you know, law and order, I want to legalise prostitution. Bosh, and then you implement it. You can do something like that. Oh, you can go to transport. No, we're going to have bus subsidies for people. So they're going to have cheaper, basically trying to reduce traffic congestion and pollution. Things like that. The next one is achievements. The next one are our sort of ministers. This is our cabinet, I guess. Is it cabinet? Is that the term? I can't remember. It's our ministers, basically. You can see foreign policy, welfare, economy, etc., etc. These all correspond to one of these here. So again, transport, foreign policy, welfare, etc. And each of them gives you so much political capital. So my foreign policy guy here, foreign affairs minister, is giving us 4.2 political capital per turn, I guess you could call it. He has a loyalty, has experience and effectiveness. Because when you alter things, depending on these guys, or these men and women's effectiveness and such, it might take longer, it might you know, be less, etc. To actually implement it. Stuff doesn't implement necessarily straight away. So I'm getting a total political capital per turn of 26, and my maximum apparently is 0. It's because I haven't ended the turn yet. Let me just go, that's options, that's achievements. Is this achievements? Yeah, that's achievements, yes. So what's this one? Oh, political parties. It shows me their basically us People's Popular Front of Judea and the Conservatives. So let's think about what we're going to do. So we need to improve a couple of things. I'm going to focus on these things around here first. We've got alcohol abuse. That's a bit of a problem. That is definitely a problem. We also have uncompetitive economy, and we also have technology backwater. So to improve technology backwater, I think I'm going to go to science funding and max it out, okay? Particle accelerators is what we're going to level out. Basically, what you do, you can see the implementation is currently 100%. Popularity of voters, 0%, and this is our minister up here that sort of implements that. We can increase or decrease the science funding. So at the moment, let me just revert the changes, it's costing me 6.15 billion per quarter. You can also show cost history if you want, which is currently steady because it hasn't been changed recently. It shows you my political power currently, which is 26, and how much it costs to raise it, which is 6, or lower it, 8. It also shows me what income it's bringing me and the effects that it has. So because it's here, it's reducing technology, it's reducing energy efficiency, GDP is going up, state employment, state employees reducing that, technology backwater, it's really feeding negative into that as well. What I'm going to do is max it out, okay? So technology is going to fly up, energy efficiency is going to fly up, so is GDP, so is state employees, and technology backwater is going to go down. I'm going to apply the changes on that. There we go. I've totally ignored the people that said, oh yes, I think you know, it's I don't think we I don't think we should do that. It's basically the popularity of voters. I totally ignore that. I think we should do it this way. I'm in charge. I can sort of do what I want, can't I? Not to say that that's, you know, that's one thought that you want to take. I mean, you know, it's really hard to say. It's the thing about politics is, if politics were easy, then there wouldn't be such as a sort of profession, if you could call it that. But there wouldn't be people, you know, basically doing it, I guess. If everybody could just go, yeah, just do this and it'll work out, then, you know. Anyway, we're not going to go into that because, you know, we'll end up spending hours and it'll turn into a rant and I don't want to do that. Anyway, let's go to, we need to reduce our alcohol consumption. So, we got alcohol abuse. You can see alcohol consumption is really feeding in. So I'm going to increase the tax rate up to 50% alcohol tax. Because it is, after all, some sort of luxury. Let's do that, and we'll do probably the same to, I was going to do the same as the tobacco tax, but I don't actually have the political power, political capital even. I've only got 11 left because I've been changing things. What else can we increase or decrease? We could probably increase our healthcare. Let's see if we can introduce another policy. So we'll go to policies, taxes, and how about we, I mean, we could get a junk food tax, plastic bag tax, no. What about small business grants, or technology grants? Let's do technology grants. So, government can provide state funding to encourage businesses to invest in new and exciting technologies. Let's do that and let's max it out. It costs, well, this one costs 10 to implement, 10 political power, but because it's a new implementation, it doesn't cost us any to increase or decrease the slider, because basically we're implementing it at that level. Okay, so it's going to cost 2 days to implement, seeing the implementation delay 2. Implementation is 0%. Popularity is 25% with voters. If I put it at maximum, which I am, unemployment should decrease because this is going down, technology should fly up, GDP should go up, productivity up, capitalists go up, and religious, was that membership? Religious membership is going to basically hate it, and whatever. I don't know why. Right, I think we're about done there. We're on 1 political capital. Let's go to next and basically end the turn. Ooh, I just got an achievement. You have now been returned to power by the people so many times we are starting to wonder if it's worth putting anyone else's name on the ballot. I guess that's because I've played it previously. Anyway, so this is our quarterly summary report. So our GDP has stayed the same, health, education, employment, crime stayed the same. Poverty has actually increased, which is not good. Debt protection law. This is like something that we have to basically deal with, the like sort of events that we have to make a decision, and I think these are really good because they do pretty much everything about the game, let's say, assumes no political leanings. It says this is the benefits, these are the possible benefits, these are the possible negatives, you make your decision. So for example, this one, debt collection agencies have been in the news because of aggressive methods they are using to extract payment for people who owe large sums of money. So we can either limit the debt agency activity, so these agencies are preying off the weakest and poorest of our society, often tricking them into borrowing money at extortionate rates that can never be repaid. This is a little more than extortion, and the government should act at once to limit severely the activities of such unscrupulous companies. Or we can allow them to operate. Nobody forces people to borrow money they can't repay, and to restrict the rights of debt agencies to recover legitimate debts would be counterproductive. People need to learn and live within their means and not expect the state to bail them out of trouble if they cannot learn to do so. See, this is really difficult. So do I limit it? Do I say, you know what, no, people shouldn't be penalised because of this, that and the other? But I sort of agree with what this says about you should live within your means. You should live within your means. But I also think it's our sort of... I think it's important to teach people this at an early age, or at least have the information out there to stop this lending. So basically, people who are used to lending, used to living on finance and stuff like that, there should be there should be information out there say, well, actually, no, that's not the right way to do it. You should live within your means, etc. But then that's my own personal thought. Do I put this into? Do I basically press this on the entire country? This game really makes you think. You really learn a lot about yourself when you actually play it. I'm going to probably limit it, because in the short term, it will basically say, look, no, don't be, basically ripping people off. In the long term, we can put some educational plans in place, etc. So I'm going to limit it. And I'm guessing that will increase certain things. So that choice that I've made there will increase or decrease certain things. Actually, let me go back to that. We also have our political poll, basically. Our polls estimate that 63% of the vote are going to basically put us over and win the election. So, to be honest, I really ignore the polls report. I really don't care about it. I'm not really bothered about getting re-elected. I'm just going to do things the way I feel it should be done. And I guess the public will decide whether I'm doing a good job or not. Security briefing. We can see that Human Rights Society threat assessment's gone straight up for some reason. A couple of other things have gone up as well. Again, I totally ignore that. And with cabinet report, we can also basically get a report on different ones. The loyalty can go up, experience can go up, it will go up, etc. If I fire one of them, so say if I say, right, this public services person or the economy guy, he's not very good, I could fire him. If I fire him, all of the these ratings here, the loyalty basically of everybody will go down, and my political power overall will go down. But then I could hire someone that's got better experience at the job, but I'm going to keep them at basically like that for the time being. So I have 27 political capital. What am I going to do with it? Let me just look at my uncompetitive economy. It's slowly decreasing, very, very slowly. You can see it. Let me go to my technology. You can see that is slowly falling as well. It will take time to implement, because you can see that this is where it is. This is why I want it. It's going to take 4 days to do it. In fact, my minister is not very good at doing it. Let me have a quick look. Public Services Minister. Ministers. Public Services 3.1. She's got very little experience. I could reshuffle the entire cabinet, or I could fire her for 4 capital. I'm going to fire her. And you can see that all of the all of these go down. The loyalty does decrease on everybody when I'm going to hire another public services minister. So, let's have a look. Oh, here we go. Experience less for her. Loyalty is maxed out. I got 4.9 from her if I do that. Public services... Let's have a quick look. 4.7, and basically shows you the desired jobs. I'm looking for a decent amount of experience in the matter, but also a fair amount of loyalty. To be honest with you, I'd rather people be honest and loyal than know exactly what they're doing. I know that might sound a bit contradictory, a bit stupid, but at the end of the day, there's so many people who are knowledgeable. Surely your job would be to collate information and basically, say, you know what, I don't actually know this. I'm not an all-powerful being. Tell me what you think we should do. I will make my decision based on ethics and how I think it should be done, and then the public should basically decide whether that's a good idea or not. Anyway, this guy here, public services, his experience is actually quite high compared to the rest anyway. Oh, what about her? No, she doesn't really want it. Does she? Oh yeah, she does want... No, where was it? No, Law and Order, Welfare and Foreign Policy. She doesn't want the job. I'm going to hire him. His loyalty is quite good and his experience is okay. So there we go. Hire him back up, and we can see that my new maximum is 52. My political capital per turn has gone to 24. It's reduced a little bit, because obviously I did fire someone. Approval with poo has gone down. What I'm going to do is start messing with... probably not the right term. Probably start messing with some welfare. We need to look after the poor and the people who are needy. Not needy, that's the wrong term, I apologise. Who need it. Needy implies something else. Anyway, let's go to public welfare, welfare. How about welfare fraud department? Yeah, I'm going to implement that. I'm going to max it out as well because I don't. It's going to decrease poor, basically, but go up for conservatives and middle income. This is a tricky subject because this is not me reducing welfare. This is me catching people who are fraudulently claiming. Like, the thing is, the whole point of welfare system is to help the people that need it. The people that need it will get it. That's how it should work. But in reality, the people who know how to manipulate the system get everything, and the people who actually need it are messed up over and over and over again. At least that's how I've experienced it before. So I'm going to put that on there. Maximum fraud department. Actually, increase putting that on as well. In fact, where was it? It was there. You can see it's actually going to get me 1.23 billion back per quarter because I am actually, you know, stopping the people from committing fraud. I have 19 political power. What else can we do? We do want to start putting in probably small business grants to start. Yeah, we want businesses to really start up. Let's put small business grants. So if anyone's going to start a new grant, you know, they can come along and go, yeah, actually, yeah, whatever. Basically, if they want to start a new business, they go, yeah, I'll give it a little bit of startup money, and then, you know, they can go on from that and hopefully become a nice, strong business. Clean energy, what's this one? Clean energy subsidies. Yeah, let's fund that to maximum. It only costs us 1 to raise. You can see that energy efficiency is going up, so is the environment, so is the environmentalists. They're going to be happy with me. Capitalists won't like me, and CO2 emissions are going to plummet, which is something that I want to do. Confirm that. That'll also, when I mouse over it, feed into the environment. The environment, you can see there's loads of effects in that. Air travel, car uses, etc. is just pumping straight into that. Let me go to pollution controls. Let's map that out. Major fines if you release anything into the atmosphere, and we will go for recycling. Maximum recycling because we can. Why not? And let's next the turn. So let's click the return to government. Today's beverage is brandy. No, it's not. It's water. So GDP stayed the same. Everything stayed the same, really. Our budget surplus is 1.49 billion. Basically, I am right on the edge of surplus, so I'm not even making, I'm hardly making anything in a comparative scale. So, we now have something to do with ban same-sex marriage. Ban same-sex marriage. No, allow it. Whatever, why am I to ban it? Right, so, what should we do now? I have 25 political capital. What's this one? This is creationism versus evolution. We'll come back to that. What about science? That's increasing. You see, this is where it currently is. This is where I want to put it. You can see it's slowly increasing over time. Let's put in a couple of different things. So, welfare, economy, tax shelters. Oh, space program. Let's implement a space program. Patriot's going to fly up, unemployment's going to decrease, our state employee is going to go up, technology is going to fly up, and reduce technology back border by a lot. Let's do that. Let's have a space program, and I've spent all my money on space program. Next turn. See, I'm probably doing it wrong here. Oh, we've had an oil pipeline attacked. Oil supply's gone down, and the Patriot's gone down a bit, and the GDP is decreased as well. And we now have a deficit. We are now into minuses, so we are actually losing money. So let me have a quick check at this. Technology backwater is plummeting, as you can see. That's good. Our uncompetitive economy is going down. I need to start introducing some new taxes, and I want to have a carbon tax, but I can't because it costs 39 and I only have 25, so I'm going to end the turn and save my political capital over for the other turn, which you can do. Okay, nuclear test treaty. Yeah, I'll sign the treaty. I don't really need to carry any further tests with nuclear power. With nuclear bombs, even. Nuclear power, whatever, that's fine, that's all good. At least in my opinion. But no, we don't really need to carry out more explosions. We don't need to do that. Right, let me go to my tax, and we're going to introduce a carbon tax, and we're going to max it out, and basically CO2 emissions should plummet. People don't really like it, whatever. GDP should, according to that, plummet as well. Environmentalists will go up, and so will energy efficiency. Hopefully this is, I'm looking at the long-term plan, at least I'm trying to look at the long-term plan of this. Let me introduce enterprise investment scheme. Tax breaks to the wealthy individuals invest their money in small startup companies. Scheme encourages investment in companies which should eventually grow out to stimulate the economy, while at the same time giving the popular tax break to people who invest in them. Obviously indirectly, the scheme is being subsidised those without savings to invest. Do we put that in? There's one tax I like to put in. I can't really see where it is. It's, where is it? I can't see it in here. It might be Enterprise Investment Scheme. Basically, it's going to start increasing our GDP, at least I would hope so. Let me go to economy. See, there's things like this, the robotics research grants, which you would think, oh yeah, that's pretty good, I implement that. But everything's pretty much got two sides to it. Everything has two sides to it. If I put that in, then obviously our, you know, it will cost our economy a fair amount, but it will bring up vast boosts in productivity, which is good, but our unemployment probably would be higher because the low or semi-skilled jobs would disappear. So, you know, like sort of semi-lines and such will just be all automated. So what do I do about that? It's quite difficult to really decide. What about... oh, telecommuting initiative. Let's max that out. That's good. So basically people can work from home. So the commuter will... really like us, the car usage will decrease, parents will like us, and so will trade unionists. That's good, and we will go to next turn, and click that. Our GDP stay the same. Safeguard oil supplies. Representatives from oil companies based in our country have requested that government deploy troops overseas to oil refineries in the Middle East to protect them from attack by terrorists. The government involved happy our troops will be stationed on their soil for this purpose. Difficult, isn't it? Again, do I want to do? If I send troops that, you know what, that's why we have troops, etc. That's what it says there anyway. Foreign terrorists should need to understand that we are prepared to take a determined action to safeguard our supplies. It's not foreign invasion, merely provision of extra security for vital parts of the industry. Although the other one is, it doesn't matter what our motivation is, the symbolism of our troops landing on foreign soil, heavily armed and prepared for deadly force, is going to cause a major backlash at some countries. I'm going to send the troops. Why not? I don't really... to be honest, I could be staring at that for half an hour and I'd be still on the fence even then. But just to make a decision, I'm going to pick one. Right, let's see what we got. We've got a surplus of 95 billion, so that's really increasing, actually. Let me go to tobacco, and we will increase the tax to 50%. Like I said, sort of luxury. What's this one? This is creationism versus evolution. We'll come back to that once more, once I have enough political capital to return to government. Stress epidemic. Oh no! Stress is really going up. We need to sort that out. GDP is going down. Poverty is increasing. I'm really messing this place up. We need to... how we're going to do this? We can see alcohol abuse is going down. We can see that organised crime is sort of going down. What about intelligence? That's police force. We should probably max the police force out. Let's do that. It's going to cost us 10 billion a quarter. We're going to have a really good police force. What about gun law? Gun law. How about license min age? We need to do that, but it's going to cost 40 to do it, so we're not going to bother. Some of these you can actually cancel the entire policy. So legal aid, you can actually say, you know what? No, people pay for their own legal aids. Cancel the policy. It is possible to do that. What about intelligence? Where is it? There's one of them that's like handgun laws. Racial Discrimination Act, yeah, maximum. We want no racial discrimination at all. What else? What else? What else? What's this one? CCTV cameras. What about, where's the one that says like jury trial? Legal aid. Handgun laws. That's alcohol. Narcotics. I believe drugs are outlawed. Yeah, drugs are outlawed, but if I wanted to, I could just say, you know, legalise all drugs. We're not going to do that. That is police force, that is security cameras, that is community policing, and this one, I'm looking for it. Intelligence services, there we go. We're going to have a spy satellite network. So this is very, very dodgy, this one. Security services are an essential tool in the fight against organised crime and terrorism. Good, reliable intelligence can be difficult and expensive to obtain, but in many cases the methods employed can be unpopular with liberals and human rights activists. I can sort of understand. I don't want to be spied upon. I really don't. I mean, imagine if that happened and there was loads of scandal about it recently. Imagine if that happened. Imagine if one country specifically was doing a lot of that, and yeah, we're not, you know what I'm on about. I'm not going to go into it. This video will end up too ranty. See, if I max it out technically, the thing is that, you know, it would be good to have a spy satellite network, and it would be good to have really good intelligence services, but it's the abuse that comes with it that's the problem, not the actual usage for legitimate reason. I can't really state really what this is going to be. Well, you can't really, you just have the, you know, what you want to do, increase it, decrease it. I'm going to max it out. I'm going to assume, probably wrongly, that this is going to be used for legitimate means and only against the people that we have already information for, and etc, etc. But anyway, let's next the turn. Go over return to government. Child labour law. We will criminalise child labour. We don't want that. Unemployment's gone up. GDP has gone down. I'm totally messing this up now. I want to... inheritance tax. Capital gains tax. Alcohol tax. CO2's there. Corporation tax. That's fuel. Let's introduce a new policy tax. How about a internet tax? Silly. Micro-generation grants. Subsidise costs of micro-energy generation. Yeah, let's have that maxed out. Yeah, let's do that. What about... I'm still looking at tax here. Enterprise investment scheme. Yeah, we'll max that out as well. Try and get some more businesses started. And economy will have... tax shelters. This one is a bit of a dodgy one, this. By not fully taxing the wealth of super rich, tax shelters can be a great way to encourage successful entrepreneurs to make our country a home. Whatever shrinking world, the rich are free to settle wherever they please, encouraging them to live basically where they want, etc, etc. Now this is a different one. This is a difficult one because technically I'm guessing that should be implemented maxed out in the UK, because I'm pretty sure there was something to do with, you know, Amazon only paying 0.5% tax and loads of other massive corporations, because we do have huge tax holes as far as I'm aware. Like I say, I'm no expert at this sort of thing, but I only really, you know about what I've been sort of told on the news and what I've read on the internet, which, you know, could be fraudulent, I guess, but whatever. No, you know, there is apparently, as far as I'm aware, massive tax shelters in places, in tax loopholes, but do we implement that? It could give us some it could really increase it. Foreign investor tax breaks, work safety law. No, let's what about public services? Free eye tests. Let's have free eye tests for everybody. Why not? Because that's a good idea. Technology colleges. Let's implement some maximum technology colleges. We want to really increase that, and we'll end the turn there. We're basically going for maximum technology here. Oh, asthma epidemic has now ended. Why is that? I wonder why. Curb banking bonuses. Yeah, well, the thing is, again, look, another one. Do we restrict banking bonuses? Fighting on the bonus culture among CEOs is left to run out of control. The thing is, there's no really checks and balances with this. Like, they're getting bonuses based on pretty much what they or shareholders want to pay themselves. Often they just go, I want to be paid this, and they probably get it. I'm going to restrict bonuses. Because I can. And again, I could probably... I don't know how long I would sit on the fence for that one. Everything requires you to just sort of sit. You can. I do find myself sitting and going, what would I actually do? And it's very. I do get sucked into the game. I really do. Creation versus evolution is still something I want to deal with. So we're going to go to next. Return to government. Terrorists captured. We've captured some terrorists. Some brave new soldiers fighting abroad. Brave soldiers fighting abroad have located and captured some terrorists. Apparently attack against us. That was probably the oil refineries that we stopped. Fantastic. Here we go. A new technological advantage. A technological advantage. It looks like our country's leading the world in a number of major areas, including science and technology. Great news for our country. Economy, as it means we have a major advantage over our competitors. Technology is going up. Creationism versus evolution is increasing. Space programs increasing. Well, that's what increased it, sorry. GDP is being altered slightly, and productivity has gone up a bit as well. We also have the technology backwater has now at an end. GDP has gone up. Crime has gone down. Excellent. We are we have a surplus of 10 billion, so we're doing okay. I am going to go to creationism versus evolution. Often a sticking point in a lot of places. A bitter battle has raged about the way children are taught evolution versus creationism. Scientists and liberals consider it obvious that evidence-based evolution should be taught. In science classes, some religious groups feel it is wrong to teach evolution or Darwinism as fact when it remains to be unproven theory, or that creationism should be taught as an alternate theory in science. The government has not had to decide what is taught in schools. I am going to teach evolution only. That's what I personally believe, so I'm going to do that. The religious vote will go down, religious membership will go down, liberal will go up, and technological advantages will go up. Again, it depends on which side of the fence you are on this one. I'm not really going to pass judgment at all, but that's what I believe, evolution, so I'm putting it up to max. Like I say, I'm in charge of this one. I can do whatever I want in this in the game, so I'm going to do that. And again, if I get voted in, then I guess, you know, that's good. If I don't, then I guess I've made the wrong choice. What else do we need to do? We've got 14 political power left, so let's check our income. Our income, we're getting we'll get a lot of income tax, a lot from carbon tax, sales tax, etc. We're getting some from that. Expenditure, we're mainly spending on state pensions and healthcare. Well, that's the right thing to do. In fact, let me introduce some welfare. How about disability benefit? Yeah, let's max that out. And what about rent controls? No, not yet. There's a lot. The thing is, there's a lot you can introduce, but there's a lot that really takes time to do it. Let me end that. Return to government. Oh, uncompetitive economy is now at an end. GDP's gone up, crime's gone down, unemployment has gone down. Appoint a UN ambassador. So we can either appoint Regina Phillips, a well-known patriot who will fight tooth and claw to get our interests represented in the UN. Seen popular choice among patriotic and more conservative citizens, she is historically against foreign aid and supporter of import tariffs. She is not popular internationally. Or Steve Harris is a popular figure in the international stage with a reputation for solving difficult problems through compromise and understanding. A true internationalist, he's popular among liberals and socialists as well as foreign leaders. We're going to select him. So our uncompetitive economy has now gone. We need to deal with this violent crime. Organised crime is going down, and the alcohol abuse has gone down as well. Why is alcohol consumption going up? Because of poverty and unemployment, basically. I need to start dealing with that. I should have dealt with that earlier, really, but I was sort of messing with the economy. What about economy? I don't know. What is it? Welfare? It is welfare, isn't it? We need to start looking at childcare provision. More parents return to work after having children. Fair enough. Winter fuel subsidy, rent controls. Rent control is a difficult one because, again, state housing system where state will regulate private rental market to ensure the supply of affordable homes for all. But then again, capitalists will naturally say this is a distortion of the free market. So, I don't know. How about childcare provision? Ensure that more parents return to work after having children, therefore benefit the economy. It can be expensive and is a distortion of the market. It's popular with parents. I'm going to max it out. Yeah, if, there should be childcare provision if people want to return to work, etc. That's fine. It's a choice, isn't it? You can either use it or you don't have to. It's up to you. Let me go to probably hybrid car initiative. Not yet. Let me go to free school meals. Yeah, free school meals for all. Everybody can have free food in school. Why not? It sounds like a right decision to me. And we're going to end the turn. So we are getting towards the end of this now. Employment's gone down, GDP's gone up, crime has gone down, poverty's gone down, education has gone up. So we must be doing something right. We have over 75.80 billion surplus. What about some of the things? Let me increase fuel duty to basically the petrol tax to 50%. Oh, I don't have the political capital. I only have 23 political capital. What about rail subsidies? Yeah, let's start dealing with transport. What about these? Are these going down? They're going down. Alcohol abuse is going down. Organised crime is going down. Oh, there we go. Homelessness. Look at that shoot straight down there. Perfect. Let me go to my transport. Biofuel subsidy. Hang on. National monorail system. Fuel efficiency standards. Clean fuel subsidy. Yes, we'll max the clean fuel subsidy out. We will also have fuel efficiency standards as well. Yeah, we'll max that out, and we will end the turn. It's very green the way I'm running this at the moment. High productivity. A new situation has developed. Our workforce is extremely productive, producing a higher amount of practically everything in comparison with our competitors. Great news for the future of the economy. GDP's gone down for some reason. Education's gone up. There's been a market meltdown. That's why the GDP's gone down. Imagine if that happened in real life. Right, let's look at our transport, and I think we'll have car emission limits. Oh no, we'll have a national monorail system, because we can't exactly tax people for using cars when there's no alternative, can we? That doesn't really make much sense to me. We've got a telecommuting initiative on there. We've got road building. We could probably reduce that a bit. We've got rail subsidies. We'll max out the rail subsidies. Because obviously we're going to try and get people onto more public transport. Bus lanes, we'll keep the bus lanes as standard, I think, for now. I think we'll leave it there. Next turn, we are getting very close to getting re-elected, I think. DNA database is an urgent question that requires your immediate attention. This is police chiefs are requesting that we be allowed to build up a global database of everybody's DNA to assist them in fighting crime. DNA evidence allows many previously unsolved crimes to be tracked to the perpetrators, although they are privacy concerns. Again, I don't know where to go with this. Ideally, in an ideal world, it wouldn't matter if everybody is if everything's on the, if all of your information is on a database, if everybody was happy getting along, if we could just all get along, everything would be fine, wouldn't it? Because the people that aren't getting along will know instantly who they are, and then we can, either force them to get along, try to teach them the error of their ways, etc. However, it's the people that abuse it. often the problems that we want to solve, or practically every problem that we want to solve, are caused by other people. So I'm going to prevent the database because it has got privacy concerns, even though I've got a massive spy network in my country in this one. You know, that's something that we really need to deal with. I'm sure I can lower it at some point once this goes down. You can see organised crime is still reducing, but not really going down far enough. What I'm going to do is probably handgun laws. I want to increase that to at least a minimum age, but we can't at the moment. I am only a couple of turns off re-election, so I'm going to end the turn again, just because I want to get more political capital. Internet tracking. We will ban internet tracking. Again, could be abused. Right, so let's go to handguns. We're going to increase it to a minimum age. You need to be a minimum age. And we'll end the turn there. That should help us out. Oh, media backlash. Oh, they don't like what I've done. Fair enough. It seems that the global economy is in deep recession now. Our GDP is severely reduced as a result. Budget is 84 billion. And yeah, you can see our debt's almost at zero. That should be reduced. Organised crime should be reducing. What else do we need to do? We need to sort this out. This is our homelessness. We need to alter poverty. We need to really alter poverty. We need to sort this out. I mean, I'll be honest. I've totally been sort of forgetting this bit. Let's go to welfare. It's see, the thing is, how do you do it? Because you can alter welfare and poverty by adjusting the economy, and when the economy improves, more jobs, less poverty, etc. But then do you want to tackle it the other way of just introducing loads of policy ideas and like things like food stamps and rent controls, etc. Again, I don't know where I stand on that one. University grants, we're definitely going to have that. We'll max that out. Generous grants, because then that should hopefully reduce unemployment. Art subsidies, not yet, not yet. Public libraries, I really believe in public libraries. Let's max that out, and we will end the turn. So we're getting there now. Return to government. Oh, election results. So we're going to start count. Here we go. There's my party on the left, the People's Popular Front of Judea, or the Judean People's Popular Front. No, it was the People's Popular Front of Judea. We can see that's going up. 45 million. 72% of the vote. Opposition got 7% of the vote, and there was 21% didn't vote. There we go. We have technically been re-elected and won. Freedom of information. We will propose the Freedom Act. A new situation has developed. Obesity. But I've been re-elected for another 4 terms. We now have obesity, and it's increasing. We could easily sort that out by just going to tax, and we can put a health food subsidy. We'll max the health food subsidy out, and we could go to tax and junk food tax and put that on 50%. There we go, and that'll reduce obesity. But there you go. This is Democracy 3. It is our GM food proposal. Allow GM crops. Yeah. If we can get that sorted, we can really produce more food, and surely that's better for the world, especially the poverty-stricken areas of the world, or the areas that actually need food and have food crisis. Anyway, you can see our GDP's gone up, unemployment's gone down, health's gone up, education's gone up, poverty has increased as well a little bit. Our obesity will be flying down, yeah, because I've introduced that health food tax. I mean health food subsidy, as well as what was it called again? I've totally forgot the name of it now. It was around here somewhere. The tax for really bad foods, anyway. But yes, you get the idea of Democracy 3. Let me check my ministers for a second. There. You can see that they're all nice and experienced. I'm getting 28 per capital per turn now. Quite good. Anyway, I'm not going to show you anymore. I could honestly keep playing this for hours and hours and hours. It is very addictive. It is a Moorish game. I would highly recommend it. Seriously, this is something that I didn't think I would like. I thought that it was going to be too complex. I don't know enough about the subject. I don't have enough interest about the subject. But it sort of trumped all of them and said, you know what, here's a game. You can change things for the better, for the worse. You can roleplay it in a certain sense. You can say, no, I want to do a proper left-wing side. I want to go right wing. I can sit on the fence with these. That I want to do, if I wanted to, I could go right. No, I'm going to make a prostitution and drug den, racial profiling. We could put all that, gated communities, gambling. We could put all that up. You can play it how you want and how you decide, and that's what I like about it. You play it how you want, you make the decisions, you can try it again, you can play it as if you're going to play it another way, like say the sort of role-playing type aspect of that, and pick a different sort of pick a sort of leaning, as it were. But yes, I didn't think I'd like it. The best thing about the game is the way it displays information. It's extremely easy to understand. Like, for example, I can mouse over the air travel. You can see what's feeding into it, all of these things, and everything is connected. That's what it sort of teaches you here. Everything is connected in some sort of way. Like I say, I would highly recommend to check it out, even if you're not into this sort of game, political games, etc. Most political games that I've played, I have played a couple of them, even though I'm not a big fan. I've played The Political Machine, I believe it was called, and Global Power, and both were so unbelievably difficult to get into that I couldn't get into it. But this one, yeah, I really can. I would, like say, highly recommend it. I think I've said that several times now. Anyway, links are in the description for you to check it out if you wish. Who knows? You might try it, you might not. I would, like say, give it a go anyway. Give it a go. Just, just check it out. Check it out. Alright? Yeah. So, thank you very much for watching. Take care. Generic partings. Yeah.